Not completely different, but it should look different than yours right now. Does it look different?
Yeah.
It should look different. The ones that and I'm assuming you guys know like all of the features up here, pens, typing, eraser. You guys know all the basics. Okay. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I do. Over here, if you click on this little puzzle piece, it's going to pull up the activity builder and then a bunch of extras. And Trisha said that she did a video on the activity builder, so I'm not really going to talk about that. I'm not really familiar with that myself. I use a lot of the Smart Lab. Have any of you worked with the Smart Lab? Okay, good, because it's going to be exciting then. But I'm going to show these smart blocks just because I haven't used these, but I was messing with it this morning and I was thinking of like when we do fact families. So if you pull an addition block over here, all you have to do is say I'm going to do 2, and you draw a line and it puts 2 in there. 3, so it shows you 2 plus 3 equals 5. And then you can pull, like, Cheryl, you do fact families. So then if you pull your subtraction block down there, so I could draw a line, and it's going to say 5 minus what equals. So I can draw the 3, and now it says 5 minus 3 equals 2. So, and you can do that for multiplication and division, and there's some other ones in there too that obviously I won't do in 2nd grade. So I don't know if any of you have.
So it's called Smart Blocks.
Yes, Smart Blocks, and you will see it when you click on the puzzle piece over here. So I just found that, and I thought
Are you too?
that would be kind of cool to use. If you click on Learn More, honestly, it's pretty easy. If you click on it, it'll walk you through exactly what to do, just like it showed me there. And then it goes into the subtraction block, I believe. So I just kind of thought that was fun. I've never used that before. And that's just called Smart Blocks. So if you go in and mess with it, I think you guys will like it. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. That's one that I have seen. How many of you use YouTube videos? I know that I do just because there's we went through science the other day and we were talking about a marshland and they wanted to see a video of a Venus flytrap. So I just went into there and it's super simple. It doesn't give you any of the ads or any of the nonsense. You can just type it in there.
So it basically filters that all out?
Yes,
Nice.
it's like the best thing that I have used for a long time. So you can just click on it and you can push add video. You can put it into a new page. And if you don't want it on a new page and you just are searching for something you want to pull it up, it'll just go right on top of your other page. So you don't have to even worry about it. And then you can get out of it really fast. Just click on it, delete. It's awesome. You don't even have to go to YouTube or anything. It's just right into your notebook. So that's one that I use a lot. Just because, kids always ask questions like that. And it's easy to pull it up. It takes like 5 seconds and you can show them really easily. Okay, I'm going to get into Smart Lab because this is my favorite and it's so easy to use. Let me go up here. Okay, so when you click it, you can click up here. This is the Smart Lab icon. And there's tons of things that you can do. Like this first one is Super Sort. And the one that they are showing you as an activity is like nouns and verbs. I've used it for numerous different things, just sorting whatever it is that you want to sort. So I'll just show you like a preview activity.
So is that nouns and verbs one is already created?
No, that's just showing you.
Okay.
I will show you what it looks like if you want to create it.
Okay.
So if you get out of there and push add activity. So say you can do sort and space, just I think that's a jungle one, a beekeeper one, sort the treasure, and then simple sorting. Now, I did this one Monday because we're reviewing long vowels and short vowels. So I did simple sorting. Do you care if I do simple or do you want me to do a, it doesn't matter. Okay, so there's a left bin and a right bin. So for the left bin, I think I put short vowels. And on the right bin, I put long vowels. So then in the box, you put all of the words that you want them to put into the short vowels circle or whatever it is. And then long vowels, you come down here, and it's up to 10 items. So you can only do like 10 words. So I can put cat, and when you're typing them in, push the tab key, and it goes right to the next word. So you can do whatever the words are. Then you can push next. There's a lot of features that you can add to it. You can put a timer in if you want a timer. I usually don't. You can do dice if you're doing numbers. Hat pick, that picks the student that you want to come up and do it. You can do a buzzer. I don't usually use the buzzer, and then you can do the spinning wheel. And I will show you an activity that I use the spinning wheel for a lot. And I think, Christy, you were in here yesterday when I was doing that. So the hat pick is easy because you can just put all the students' names in there, and then you click on it and it says the student that you want to come up. It's an easy way to sort out the names. So then you can push finish.
Can you save that hat pick type thing and put their names
Yes.
in one time?
Yep, you can
It's there?
create as many lists as you want.
Okay.
So if you push finish,
And once you use a student's name and hat pick, that is not going to be the next choice when you hit it again.
no. Sometimes it does.
Okay. You just
Sometimes
have to
it
say
will.
we'll do it again.
Yep,
Okay.
if the same person comes up. So then they'll come up and they'll sort it in the correct one. If it's in the wrong one, it'll kick it out and shake so they know that it's from. So that's just a simple sort. You can make it as easy as you want, and you can make it as complicated as you want. There's lots of different ways that you can do it. That one's just the sort one. That one I use quite a bit, especially in phonics, especially when you're talking about vowel sounds and stuff like that. Any questions on that? I know that was kind of fast, but it's pretty easy once you get in there. I know it'll be easy. You can figure it out. And you can make it as easy as you want or complicated as you want.
Got it.
Okay. So let me get rid of that one. Alright. This shout out one is so easy and it is the best thing ever. This one is mobile enabled, so this one they can use their iPads to shout out answers to you and it'll come up on the smartboard. This one I use constantly for almost everything, just because it's easy for them. We've done it so many times. Now this one, you can make it as easy as you want, or you can make it as complicated as you want. You can do arranged randomly, so say you're just asking, I don't know, a question about, or you could say, give me a short vowel word, or a short A word. That one you could arrange randomly. The one where I do it categorized, and I think I did that one yesterday. So I will actually pull this one up and show you the one that I created yesterday. So you can do it randomly, which means all their answers will just come up on the board. Or you can do it in a categorized one, and I will show you what that looks like. And when they log in, they have to put a PIN number, and I'll show you what that looks like. I mean, second graders can do it, and they can do it fast. So, I mean, first graders could easily do it too. So I will show you what that looks like. So this is the one that I created. We are talking about soft C and soft G. Also, you can write on there. So yesterday, I believe I did, to remind them what sounds it was. Kind of like that. And if you click on this, it'll bring up the code that they need. To make it easier for my kids, I'll show you what it looks like. I actually made it an app on theirs, which it's not an app, but it looks like an app. And I'll show you what that looks like. Maybe. So what I did is I just went into Safari and I went to classlab.com and then I added it to the home screen so now it looks like an app. So now they just go to the app, they click on it, it will go into Safari, which to them it's just another app. And it'll come up, and since they have updated it, some of them will just come up and they don't even have to type in the activity code. It'll say my name in the activity code, and if they click on it, it'll go right to the activity. So this is Kian. And it will save their name in there. So if they have their own iPad, it will save it in there. And then they join the activity. And this is what it will look like until I get out of it and I spin, and then I'll show you what it will look like on his screen. And then you can also see over here, it gives everybody a different shape, and then it gives them the first 3 letters of their name. So, yeah, you can see all their names on there. And then it will also tell you how many kids are connected to the activity. Now we've done this one, I don't know how many times, so it says 50. So that's how many times they've been in and out of just that activity. Okay, so I put in words for soft C and soft G, and when you spin the wheel, it'll show one of those words. So the word is space, and then they have to put it in the correct column. So if this is Kian, on his, this is what it will look like. And it'll say shout it out, enter your response, and then it'll say select a category. If you have a category. If you don't have a category, they just have to enter it in here and then push send response. But since mine has categories, so the word was space, he would put in space. And then he would choose his category here. So he's either going to choose soft C or soft G. And then send response. And then it will say response sent. And this is what it looks like on my board. So then you can, now, with my new smart board, I can't freeze my screen, which I miss terribly, because on my projector it has that freeze button. So when I would spin, I could freeze the screen, so then all they would see is the word, and then they wouldn't see all their responses coming up, which I miss, and we're trying to figure out how to do that. But on yours, you should have it, and it's an awesome feature, just because you can allow them to see whatever you want. If you don't want them to see that, freeze your frame and they can't see that until everybody has answered, and then you can unfreeze it. And then it'll go back to what's on your screen. I miss that feature a lot.
So that freezes on the remote?
Yes, it's right down here by help. So anytime that you're doing anything on your computer and they don't want you to see, or you don't want them to see, just push freeze.
And then that way they can't go with the smart event program.
So I miss that. I can't do that. But then it's easy when everybody gets their answer up here. You can go through and talk about which one's right, which one's wrong, why is it wrong, have them tell you. So this one I use a lot, and it's really, really easy to get their quick response. I mean, as soon as they get the hang of it, it can be done. I mean, they have to be logged in within less than a minute, and they're pretty good at it. Any questions on that one? That was pretty fast too. And you can do lots of different things. If you don't want the spinner, you can do a different kind of list, whichever one. You could do the hat one, or whichever one you want. So that one I really like that one. and we use that one a lot for many different things. And then you just drag it up to delete. Now, I wish that they had a feature where you could highlight all of them and drag them all at the same time, and I can't figure out how to do that. That's why the freeze was nice, because you could freeze it and move on to the next one, and I could delete it on my computer while they were working on the other one. Which I can't do with this one, but you guys can. So, this is another one that I think you guys will really like. My kids loved it yesterday. It was the first time we ever did this one. It's called Monster Quiz, and I will go in and edit it so you can see what it looks like. So I went in and we are reviewing all of our stories from Unit 1. So yesterday was Family, Farm, Then and Now. So I did all the vocab words for that one. And I went in and put in the definition and then the vocabulary word. And when you put in the question, I don't know if it'll let me do that. Oh, maybe it will. Okay, so you enter the question, whatever the question may be, then you can put the 4 answers, click the one that is correct. So I did that for all of the vocabulary words.
Could you click and drag from that, or did you have to type everything, or did you try?
I typed it in. It was, I mean, it's pretty simple, but if you have more complex
Yeah,
questions, you
yeah.
could probably paste.
Yeah, copy and paste.
Yeah. Okay, next. And I don't think, you can't use any of the game components on this one. Save and close. Okay, so what it does is all of them, and it will do the same thing. It'll come up and it'll give the activity code and my name. And they all log in, and then you can create as many teams as you want. So I had 15 kids logged in, I did 3 teams of 5. Now without my freeze button, I did not like it because they could see everything that was going on up here while they're supposed to be answering questions out there. I did tell them that I can see all of the answers that they choose. So if they didn't take their time and read through it, then they wouldn't get to play the next round. And I had a little guy who really likes to rush through things, and he took his time, and I think he answered them all correct just because he really wanted to play the next round. So it was, it's a great activity, especially when you're reviewing or a test is coming up, and you can do that, and you can make teams, and they're really, it had 3 different teams, and they were, I can't remember the names of them, and it'll go through each team, it'll say who got first, second, third, who answered what, and then you can go through the review, and it'll tell you for each answer, I believe it has a pie chart, and it'll tell you the percentage of them that answered correctly, the percentage that, what answer they actually picked instead of that one. So then you can actually go through each vocab word and talk about that. That's one that I use a lot. I know that's really fast, but any questions on that one? And if you guys want to come in and look at it sometime or watch my kids do it, just let me know. Because my kids are pretty, we've done it so many times, they're pretty good about knowing how to do it and get into it quickly. But I would encourage you to mess around